Walking down the street, it might be a little too warm for that, but it's going to be very nice if the kids are out this evening. This morning, Holiday in downtown Camera, we're looking good, maybe a little patchy fog here and there. We're a little bit warmer also, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday, warmer, but still cool. You want to fire that heater up in the car a little bit. Fog, yeah, kind of spooky up toward Blue Ridge, Murphy, where we have a little patchy fog here and there. And our day planner, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Yeah, go trick-or-treating at that house.
Just watching that.
Yeah, that's creepy.
We'll get up to 54 degrees by noon, 60s by this afternoon, low 60s, and then we'll drop through the 50s as we head into the evening hours.
Did you build that graphic?
Oh yeah,
That's
drew it
fancy.
all night long. I was
Good for
drawing
you,
that.
David.
Yeah.
That was good. All right, David.
Working
Thanks
overtime.
so much. Well, former Donald Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and his longtime business associate Rick Gates were indicted by a federal grand jury on 12 charges, including conspiracy against the U.S. Both men pleaded not guilty. The indictment alleges that the men generated millions of dollars as a result of their lobbying work for the Ukraine. Of course, we'll have much more on this development coming up on Eyewitness News today.
In Grundy County, the sheriff now says he's heard unconfirmed reports that people in the county school system have been aware of prior assault incidents that were never reported. Now, this comes nearly 3 weeks after 5 football players were charged with attempting to rape a teammate. The sheriff says this is why the director of schools was served a subpoena requesting records of reported abuse over the past 5 years.
They need to understand how to look for signs of abuse. They need to understand, most importantly, what it takes to report to the department.
If abuse was not reported, it could violate mandatory reporting laws. Now, everyone in Tennessee is a mandated reporter under the law. And to find a link to free training, you can visit the story inside the WRCB app or on our website.
A South Pittsburgh police officer is on leave this morning accused of sexually assaulting a woman while on duty. Marion County deputies were called to the hospital Friday night where a woman reported the assault. Officials are not releasing the name of the accused officer or any details about the alleged incident. We're told the officer worked part-time recently after being a reserve officer with no prior complaints.
Anytime like anything like this happens, you know, community loses trust, and I don't want that. You know, there's bad employees in every type of work, and you know, if one has done something, even a police officer has done something wrong, then you know he faces the same thing as anybody else.
The TBI is assisting the sheriff's office with this case, and right now no charges have been filed. Of course, stay with us on air and online as we learn more. Well, new this morning, how far would you go to keep your kids safe on Halloween? How about scanning their candy with an X-ray? Well, that's exactly what one local clinic is doing. Channel 3's Tim Pham joins us live to tell us how it works. Tim, all yours, buddy. I'm anxious
John,
to hear.
I know, okay, this is a little bizarre, it's a little bit off the wall, but it's something that, our parents told us to do, to, check the candy before digging into our Halloween treats. And now a local group of clinics will do that for you. If you're not looking at your screen right now, go ahead and take a look at this video. We actually got a chance to check it out yesterday. This is an X-ray machine at the American Family Urgent Care Clinic. Starting today, you can bring your children's candy to one of their area locations to check for metal objects. Again, we actually got the chance to test it out. We put different objects in the candy to see if it would show up on the X-ray, and they actually did.
Any parents that might be concerned about it, they're welcome to do that. I know growing up, that was always a thing parents were concerned about. So if there's still that concern out there, we'll be glad to do that for them and just to let them know we're here.
Okay, so it's important to note that the machine only detects metal, not anything else. And some of you at home may be watching this and, you're like, seriously, is this really a thing? But really the goal here, you guys, is to ease the mind of parents and whether or not you would actually do something like this to, bring your candy all the way down to one of their clinics to get it scanned. Officials tell me the bigger message and the bigger picture here is just to be mindful that this is a possible danger that's still out there and to just check your candy, whether or not you would do this or not, it's still, again, a good reminder. If you do want to attend one of their free x-ray screenings, it's happening tonight and tomorrow. You just got to visit one of their locations. We have all of that information posted on our website. Reporting in Hickson, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hey, Tim, free, that's the key word. Thank you. As many of you get ready to hand out treats tonight, the Teal Pumpkin Project is aiming to help kids with food allergies. If you place a teal pumpkin outside your home, you're telling the trick-or-treaters your house has treats kids with food allergies can eat. Now, food allergies can isolate children, and this project gives parents some comfort when kids go door to door.
If you're participating, you're showing that you understand and that you're standing behind that cause and that you're aware. And that's a lot what food allergy families are interested in, is just raising that awareness that it's out there and that it is a concern.
The experts say another idea is to hand out glow sticks, stickers, and bubbles on Halloween night.
Literally, Lori, until you brought this up yesterday, I had never even thought about that as a thing.
Yeah, I have a young niece and she has a severe peanut allergy. So this time of year, she's usually passing out the candy instead of out trick-or-treating. So this is a great idea.
Really interesting. It really actually is interesting. Now, David, for those who are gathering candy or passing out candy, what can they expect tonight, weather-wise?
Okay, I was about to say bubbles and glow sticks. Weather-wise, looks weather's going to be great this evening. Let's take a look outside. Look at beautiful weather now. It feels great. Holiday in downtown Cameron, no issues at all. Might hit a little bit of patchy fog here and there heading up to the Blue Ridge Mountains where it's a little bit cooler, 33 in Murphy, but 42 degrees in Chattanooga. It is much warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning. Still, you may want to throw on that light jacket here and there. Temperatures this afternoon, though, great. Getting up to the low 60s, upper 50s on the plateau, and lots of sunshine with temperatures dropping through the 50s as the kids are out trick-or-treating. This week, we are looking at way above average temperatures headed our way. It's going to be in the mid-70s by the end of the week, and precip this week, average to just below average precipitation. I do think we'll see a few spotty showers here and there later this week. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
David, thank you so much. As we check traffic, do want to let you know Georgia State Patrol is working a crash on 75 northbound at Battlefield Parkway involving a truck and a car. Now, it's unclear how many lanes are blocked. Of course, we're going to try to put more eyes on this, so be careful there if you are in the area. We'll keep you updated right here on Channel 3.
Butch Jones's future with the UT Vols is looking rockier by the day. Sports director Paul Shaheen has more.
I understand everybody being upset, and if I was a fan, I'd be upset too, so I bleed with them.
For the first time in Butch Jones' head coaching career, his win total from one season to the next will regress. By how much, that remains to be determined, but the loss to Kentucky guaranteed it. It will also guarantee Jones continuing to be asked about his future.
Going back to Saturday night, you had said that you felt absolutely had the support of Curry. In the last 36 hours, how's that changed, if at all?
Nothing has changed at all.
You said you speak with Curry every day. Have you been given any reassurances about your status beyond this season?
All we do is we talk about day by day and week by week. And that's been the constant theme since he came here. And again, our conversations are from anything to everything.
In the meantime, there's actually a rally on social media to leave Neyland Stadium empty during Saturday's homecoming game with Southern Miss. They're using the hashtag #EmptyNeyland. And new last night, Athletic Director John Curry was on the Vol Network's Big Orange program Hotline. It's a radio show where he said, quote, "I know folks are frustrated with the one-loss record. I am too. Coach Jones is, we all are. I believe right now the most important thing to do is support our players." End quote. Not the end of all the sports from yesterday. For more of it, get online and inside our app. The college football playoff poll, the first one of 2017, comes out later today. That's it for sports. Have one heck of a day.
Coming up on Eyewitness News today, just one day after sexual abuse allegations against actor Kevin Spacey, his hit TV show House of Cards has now been canceled.
Yeah, what the show's executives and Spacey are saying about these claims when we come back.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
Less than a day after allegations of sexual abuse against actor Kevin Spacey emerged, Netflix has announced his TV series House of Cards will end after its upcoming 6th season. The cancellation comes after BuzzFeed published an interview Sunday with actor Anthony Rapp. He accused the two-time Oscar winner of sexual assault in 1986 when Rapp was just 14 years old. Spacey responded on Twitter saying he did not remember the alleged encounter, but that if he acted as alleged, he owed Rapp, quote, the sincerest apology for inappropriate and drunken behavior.
Well, for a second time this month, gunfire erupted at one of Jason Aldean's concerts. This past Friday, police in Tupelo say a man fired multiple times in the parking lot in an arena where Aldean was performing. One person was shot in the chest and was released from the hospital the next day. Of course, you'll remember the first shooting happened in Las Vegas. The gunman killed 58 people at an outdoor concert.
Officials in Florida are concerned that debris from Hurricane Irma could make Halloween more dangerous for trick-or-treaters. 40% of the debris from Irma in Orange County still has not been cleaned up. So authorities are asking parents and kids to be extra cautious today. They're encouraging trick-or-treaters to bring a flashlight and decorate their costumes and bags with reflective tape. Officials are hoping to have all of the debris from Irma picked up, hopefully by Thanksgiving. Long process there.
Yes. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, many people across the country are trying to buy homes.
But home sales have dropped to their lowest level in 3 years. We will explain why after the break.
Good morning. Quick look at our Holiday Inn downtown camera. Looking great this morning. It feels wonderful, feels nice. A little bit warmer than it was yesterday, but it's going to be sunny and pleasant today. Warming all week as we head into the mid-70s by the end of the week. And then may even see a couple of showers popping up as skies begin to cloud up late tonight into tomorrow and the rest of the week, really. Mid to upper 30s, low 40s in the valley, 48 in Dalton, very mild for you, 38 in Blue Ridge, and 32 degrees in Murphy, North Carolina. Up on the plateau, heading up toward Mont Eagle, 38 in Altamont. Temperatures running about 10 to 20 degrees above where they were this time yesterday, so you will certainly notice the warmer air this morning. Another front sliding through, very weak. You won't notice it other than it is going to keep temperatures about where they were yesterday afternoon, this afternoon. Got into the low 60s yesterday. We'll get into the low 60s again today. And as the kids are out trick-or-treating, it'll drop down through the 50s. Clear skies through the evening hours, so whatever event you have this evening, it's going to be fantastic. And then we have the southerly winds, clouds building in on Wednesday. Don't expect much in the way of a change in our temperature until late Wednesday. We're looking at clouds, maybe one or two sprinkles. Clouds continue with the southerly winds bringing in that warmer air on Thursday. We'll be in the 70s by Thursday, and then we'll stay in the 70s with clouds continuing into Friday and Saturday. The rain chance Saturday about 30% through the day on Saturday. So we will have a lot of clouds, maybe a few sparse showers here and there, and then we'll begin to clear out for our Sunday and Monday as we head into next week. Should stay warm, though, in the mid-70s. So for today, or really the next several days, we're going to see rain falling, but not that much. Again, just a piddly shower here and there. All together through Saturday night, we're looking at about a ½ an inch of rain in total. Sunny skies today, though, very pleasant, 62 degrees for our daytime high. Great evening tonight. We're going to see a few clouds building late, 47 degrees for the overnight low, and then we'll climb up to 62 again on Wednesday. 30% chance of a shower or two. Then into the low 70s we go as we head through the rest of the week. Cloudy skies, a few sparse showers here and there. That's the case through Saturday. Don't forget, we're so excited about Halloween and all the warm air coming up. Don't let all of that excitement cause you to forget to set the clock back 1 hour before bedtime on Saturday night.
Nothing will keep
daylight saving time. Yeah, nothing will. Hell or high water, we are setting the clock back.
If it means sleeping in on Sunday morning, you're there.
That's right.
Thanks, David.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we see it's warming up a little bit there, but as temperatures have dropped, many of you are already used your fireplaces for the first time this season, but it could be dangerous unless you have your chimneys checked and cleaned. The Chattanooga Fire Department recommends once a year having a professional chimney sweep clean the inside of your chimney. That residue can catch fire and spread quickly to other parts of your home.
That soot starts melting and becoming a glazy residue, and eventually it gets like a glass and it can't be brushed out, it has to be beat out.
You can have a bunch of sparks come out of your chimney and land on your roof, and then you've got a fire on your roof.
Firefighters also recommend you place a glass or metal screen in front of your fireplace, and remember to keep space heaters at least 3 feet away from curtains, bedding, and anything else flammable, and never refill a kerosene heater while it's running.
Home sales sank to the lowest level in 3 years last month, but it's not for lack of buyers. Diana Olick explains what's behind the slump.
A heavy hurricane season in the South may have kept home buyers there out of the market last month, but in the rest of the nation, home sales are being hit by other headwinds, high prices and little for sale.
We saw the third consecutive month of year-over-year sales declines. Look, the tightness in inventory, the lack of affordable housing, and the huge increases in prices is really tapping down sales.
An index of pending home sales, which measures signed contracts during the month, sat at the lowest level in nearly 3 years in September. While part of that may have been due to the heavy hurricane season, sales have been lower annually for 5 of the past 6 months, and prices just continue to rise.
The only way out is to build more. And right now we are not nearly keeping up with the demand for home ownership or for the rental part of the market.
Maryland real estate agent Eric Murtaugh specializes in selling newly built homes and says there is definitely high demand.
You know, you have people who want the space, they want the more input on the finishes, and we sell properties when they're under construction like this, and so if a buyer comes along and wants to pick their kitchen, their bathrooms, or do other options like an elevator, we're set up to really help them with that.
The trouble is the lack of labor. Subcontractors are heading south to rebuild after the hurricanes, and that makes building everywhere else more expensive.
Experts say the labor shortage is getting worse and this housing market needs more sellers. But we are moving into the slow season for that, and winter usually puts a chill on home sales. But this year, experts say it could be downright frozen. That's some depressing news.
That is womp womp.
Coming up on Eyewitness News today, the aftershocks continue following 2 former Trump campaign officials being indicted in a Russian interference probe.
Both Chamber of Congress returned to Capitol Hill today, where lawmakers will have to answer tough questions. Tracy Potts will have the latest developments coming up after the break.
We may hear from former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort for the first time today since being indicted. And a guilty plea by a lesser-known campaign advisor is raising some questions about where this investigation is going next. NBC's Tracy Potts has more from Washington.
Former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort and his business associate Rick Gates face a dozen federal charges. The indictment alleges they hid $75 million in offshore accounts, money earned years ago consulting for a Russian-backed Ukrainian leader.
There is no evidence that Mr. Manafort or the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government.
But a guilty plea by a lesser-known campaign advisor could be the link investigators were looking for. George Papadopoulos admits lying to the FBI about his Russian contacts during the campaign.
They had him out there playing dial-a-crook, calling people with a wiretap phone. I'll bet anything that they've got a whole array of tapes.
The White House insists Papadopoulos' role was limited.
It was a volunteer position, and again, no activity was ever done in an official capacity.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats pointed fingers while Republicans said little.
That really isn't our job. That's not our wheelhouse.
Some analysts believe even the seemingly unrelated Gates and Manafort charges could connect to Russia.
These defendants are looking at decades in prison, so there's a tremendous incentive for them to come to prosecutors and say, we'd like to cooperate.
Meantime, President Trump is tweeting, quote, "Why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus?" Another possible connection here, law enforcement officials tell us that Manafort forwarded an email from George Papadopoulos suggesting that Manafort knew about the volunteer advisor's Russian connections. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Well, executives from Facebook, Google, and Twitter will testify on Capitol Hill today about Russian-backed content that ran on those sites during the 2016 presidential campaign. Today's testimony indicates an estimated 126 million Americans received Russian-backed content on Facebook during the campaign season. Congress is looking into Russia's use of these platforms to try to influence the election results.
Developing overnight, U.S. Special Forces captured a militant believed to have played a part in the 2012 attack on the U.S. compound in Benghazi. During that attack, U.S. Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed. President Trump has announced that Mustafa Al-Imam was captured on Sunday and taken into custody in Libya. The president said the man will face charges for his role in the deadly attack.
A federal court blocked President Trump's ban on transgender people serving in the military. Over the summer, the president announced his intention to roll back a 2016 policy which allowed transgender people to serve openly in the military. Transgender members of the military sued, and on Monday, a federal judge blocked the policy reversal, writing those service members are likely to win their case. There's been no comment so far from the president.
Coming up on Eyewitness News today, how far do you go to protect your kids on Halloween? Well, how about scanning their candy with an X-ray?
That's right, Lori. It's something many parents might think about doing, but would they actually do it? Coming up after the break, we'll explain how it works and how it could put your mind at ease. It's a story you won't want to miss coming up after the break.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
Good morning, Tennessee Valley. You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Lori Mitchell.
I'm John Martin. Thanks for joining us.